What is going on, ladies and gents? Michael or Legacy Kill HD back here today with another upcoming games video for you, and today we're going to be concentrating on two titles, Bully 2 and LA Noire 2. And we're going to be breaking down all kinds of information such as leaks coming from other employees that were a part of the original projects and some comments actually from Rockstar Games themselves. But if you haven't already, make sure you check out some of the other videos within this series. There should be a link in the description and annotation on the screen to that. Make sure you check out, we've discussed Elder Scrolls 6, Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 6, and a lot of other titles that you're not going to want to miss. But as most of you know, if you follow my channel, I discuss a lot about Red Dead Redemption 2, but there's been a lot of people that have actually commented asking what is going to happen with Bully 2 or LA Noire 2. And today I actually want to discuss all the information that we have thus far about these projects, because there has been some evidence steering to the possibility of these games coming out in the near future. So we're going to start with all the Bully 2 evidence first. We're going to go all the way back to 2009 in an interview with the composer Sean Lee, who claimed that he'd be working on the soundtrack to a Bully 2 in the not so distant future. If he actually meant that this game was going to be happening maybe 2010, 2011, it looks like Rockstar Games took a right turn and decided to go a different route, probably with Red Dead Redemption, and obviously Max Payne 3, LA Noire, and GTA. But on November 18, 2011, Dan Houser of Rockstar Games, the co-founder, mentioned a sequel to Bully during an interview about Max Payne 3. This is what he had to say. So we knew that we didn't want to start doing the Bully sequel instantly at that second with those guys, even though it is a property that, like Max, we adore and might come back to in the future. There was just no impetus to do that then. So we said, you can do Max, and then we will see what we can do with Bully. So I was really waiting for the slot to open up and the group to open up to at least start working on it. It's just very interesting coming here from Dan's perspective, seeing that he loves Bully, and there was a lot of controversy when it got released, but it just shows that Dan really loves this franchise and he wants to make more titles for it. And on July 29, 2013, Rockstar Games filed a trademark application for Bully. Usually this is only done when they have something planned for that franchise, but this gave us our first look from Rockstar Games that maybe they were moving on the Bully sequel project. Then very soon after, in August of 2013, a resume blog by an uncredited voice artist in Bully, Stan Captain, was discovered. In the blog, Captain claims to be working on an action-adventure game for Take-Two Interactive, and this title was listed as to be announced. A lot of people assume this to be the Bully 2 sequel just because of the uncredited voice artist work with Bully, and just because of the timing with all the evidence coming in the recent weeks and years, a lot of people assumed a Bully 2 would make the most sense. But unfortunately, just a few months later, in November of 2013, Captain's blog was updated to say that the to-be-announced action-adventure game was cancelled before Captain had a chance to record his lines. And if you actually go to Captain's blog, he comments to some of the people asking about, is it Bully related, is it going to be a Bully 2, and what he comments is very interesting, because he says that if he does lines for Grand Theft Auto or other Rockstar Games titles, then they're done overseas or in the United States. But he says that certain games done in Canada, and if you don't know, Bully was made by Rockstar Vancouver, which closed down in 2012 and merged within Rockstar Toronto. And then just this year, Bully was re-released on PlayStation 4, available via digital download from PlayStation Network on March 22nd, 2016. And it was also followed up by many hoaxes saying that Bully 2 senior year was coming out in 2016, a huge hoax that went throughout the internet. And that's all the evidence that we have thus far about Bully 2, but we have to go once more back to Captain's comments just because it's very interesting what he says. And if you go back to his blog, he says some other things that also may give us indication that he doesn't really know exactly what Rockstar Games is planning with this game, because he states that when he records lines, he usually just gets in a booth, records a few lines, and moves on to a new project. Maybe a manager and agent just said the project was canceled and they're moving on from it, and he probably just gave some minor indication of what this project was headed towards, and he didn't actually know the development of the game. My guess is maybe Rockstar Games at the time, GTA 5 was their main focus and that's all they wanted all their developers on, so they put some of their future projects to the side. That would explain why we haven't had any games from Rockstar Games in the last 3-4 years. It would make a lot of sense because they put all their developers on Grand Theft Auto 5, supporting the online portion and also porting it over to PS4 and Xbox One for those new gen consoles. But I could be wrong, maybe they did cancel Bully 2, but if I had to take a wild guess, that'd be my best one, that all their developers were working on Grand Theft Auto 5 and they put all their other projects on hold while they waited. Now they're on full development of some of the other games, which is why Take-Two recently said that we would be getting some announcements about their future projects, which obviously indicates that we're going to be getting something more than just one game, which probably will be a Red Dead sequel, and then maybe even a Bully 2 and LA Noire 2, and probably a future new title that we haven't seen yet from them, something fresh and something new out of the gates from Rockstar Games. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about a Bully 2? Do you think it's plausible that we'll be getting this sometime in the near future, or do you think it's canceled altogether? There's no plans for Rockstar making a new Bully game. But we're going to move on to the next title, and that is LA Noire. We have some evidence, not much, but it definitely is an indication from Rockstar Games that they are looking to make a LA Noire 2 sometime in the future. But to start, you actually have to understand that Team Bondi were the developers of this game, but unfortunately Team Bondi does not exist anymore. There was a lot of chaos that went within the development of LA Noire. There was many employee disputes such as poor conditions and employees working 12-hour days, and then there was also the problems between Rockstar and Bondi because they were not having very good communication through leaked emails. They were showing a lot of hostility between both teams, which is definitely interesting because Rockstar Games originally wanted to make Team Bondi Rockstar Sydney. As the development of LA Noire continued, they easily saw that that was not going to work out at all. And Team Bondi closed down in 2011. Many assumed LA Noire to be dead, but Rockstar actually held onto the rights of LA Noire. In May of 2011, in an investor call, Take-Two's CEO said that LA Noire was a very successful release and that they have every reason to believe that LA Noire is another strong franchise for the company. He reiterated that they do see LA Noire as a powerful new franchise, so it definitely sounds like they had plans to make another LA Noire game. And in 2012, Rockstar answered some questions about some of their future games, one being about LA Noire as a franchise. This is what they had to say: "Don't cut out the possibility of a new game in the LA Noire franchise in the future," the post reads. "We simply have not decided anything. We're all very pleased with how the game turned out and are considering what the future may hold for LA Noire as a series. We don't always rush to make sequels, but that does not mean we do not get to them eventually. See Max and Red Dead for evidence of that. We have so many games we want to make, and the issue is always one of bandwidth and timing." And then in March of 2013, Carl Slatoff, the chief operating officer of Take-Two Interactive, revealed that the company has an extensive pipeline of unannounced titles in development and mentioned that LA Noire franchise was important to the company. So it definitely sounds like LA Noire is something that Rockstar Games is considering. The technology that went into LA Noire was very key, but the technology is also caught up. Motion scan was something that took years to make. LA Noire was in development for 7 years, but technology has caught up, and the original founder of Team Bondi said that nowadays it would be very easy to use motion scan, and he actually envisioned how an LA Noire 2 would be before his team went down. But as you guys have gathered from this video, it definitely sounds like Rockstar Games has some plans for Bully 2 and an LA Noire 2, but the question is, do they have the timing for it? And it seems like they've had a lot of activity with Grand Theft Auto 5, which halted a lot of development of other games. I've already discussed with the Red Dead Redemption 2 and how it seems like they took off a couple years just working on Grand Theft Auto 5 until they actually got back to some of their other projects. And it seems like Red Dead Redemption 2 is the inevitable game that's coming soon, but the question is, what's coming afterwards? Is there a Bully 2? Is there an LA Noire 2 planned? Definitely sounds like both franchises have been mentioned, but the question is, will we ever get it? Anyway guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you smack that like button if you did enjoy the video or found any informative value. Also, let me know what your thoughts are on these two topics. What do you think's more likely to come, an LA Noire 2 or a Bully 2? Let me know, and thank you so much for watching one more time. Love you guys, and I'll see you later.